Hello and welcome to the DrySign Podcast. We take you on an exciting behind-the-scenes journey with the DrySign team and real customers to hear their stories as they give us their expert advice on eSignatures, efficiency, digital transformation and everything in between. So let's dive in.
Hello and welcome to the DrySign Podcast Ep.02. I'm Swapnil Mohite, Associate Director of Technology at DrySign. Today is a special episode as we have the privilege of speaking directly to a valued client. Joining us today is Siddhi Kabra, Business Manager at Unik PolyPack, a prominent mulch film manufacturer and distributor in India since 2004. We are thrilled to have you on the DrySign Podcast, Siddhi. Welcome.
Thank you for having me on this podcast, Swapnil.
Thank you very much for your time. So, Siddhi, can you tell us more about Unik PolyPack and your role in the company?
Sure. So I started working at Unik PolyPack in 2022. I work here as a business manager. My role falls under the trading category, wherein we procure raw materials from our global supplier and cater to our customers here pan-India. So Unik PolyPack as a group has two divisions, the manufacturing division and the trading division. So as manufacturers, we deal in industrial packaging solutions, foam, lamination films, agricultural films, etc. And as traders, we import raw materials for the plastic industry, which goes into various applications like oil pouches, PVC cylindering, pesticide bottles, hygiene films, and also 100% compostable products such as compostable garbage bags and carry bags, etc.
So it's mainly a B2C kind of situation.
Yes, we cater to the food and beverage industry, the retail industry, packaging solutions, etc. And as I mentioned, we serve pan-India.
Brilliant. Now let me ask you first. As a professional in the manufacturing industry, what do you think is the impact of digital transformation and automation? And how is your industry and business particularly adapting to changing environments and new technologies?
It has a very, very big impact. Digital transformation and automation are the need of the hour. Every day we hear about the world's progress in AI and other digital advancements. And such progress not only accelerates the growth of the business, but also improves efficiency and profitability. In our industry also, the next phase of growth is definitely going to be fueled by digital transformation and automation. The manufacturing industry is adapting fast to new technologies to eliminate redundancies and dependencies on manual labor. So businesses are also becoming more and more aware of the environment and adapting the practice of digital invoicing and documentation. And this is just the beginning of the green future.
So would you say that your company is looking for ways to be more sustainable and more environmentally efficient?
Yes, 100% yes. I think it's impossible not to think about that in today's climate. No matter what industry or business you belong to, you must consider options to be more conscious and responsible. And I think professionals from today's generation are always looking for environment-friendly solutions, and we surely have the technology to be better, so why not?
I have to agree with you there. So let's talk about the reason why we are meeting today, DrySign. Can you tell us when you started using DrySign and what exactly was it that made you look for this solution?
So we started using DrySign in 2022 in the company. Before that, I knew eSignatures as just signing a document online. I soon learned that a host of certificates, legal compliances, etc. are involved to ensure that the signature and document are not tampered with. So when we found DrySign, we wanted to give it a shot. I think one of our biggest reasons was to be able to sign and send invoices digitally and securely. And another big reason would be to reduce the paper consumption.
So you really want to go green. So before you
Yes.
adapted DrySign, what was the previous paper usage of the company before adopting eSignatures?
So just before we started using DrySign, I think the previous year I had gone through almost 1,800 invoices, which amounts to around 4 reams of A4 paper in a year. We have a factory in Nashik and a head office in Mumbai. So I guess we buy around 7-8 reams of paper exclusively used for invoices. And then there are vendor contracts and agreements as well. So before DrySign, all of this was done manually. Even if we could share digital documents via email or even WhatsApp, printing was a necessary step and it came down to signing it. So with DrySign, the best part is not only do we not have to print it, but the signatory on the other end doesn't need to print it as well. So it's a win-win really. It makes our vendors also a bit happier.
So I understand with all the heavy operations, a lot of paperwork is involved in your day-to-day operations and in your organization. But among all of these operations, what document is most commonly signed using DrySign?
So again, I'll speak to my department. Without a doubt, the invoices that are generated for customers are what we use DrySign for the most. I think delivery receipts, purchase and sales orders, billing statements, and other such documents are followed by that.
So of course, a signature is involved and used by almost all of the departments within the organization. But which department in particular uses or needs it the most?
The accounts and the logistics department uses it the most, followed by the procurement department.
And would you say that there is an economic impact on your business thanks to eSignatures?
Yes, straight off the bat, we are saving paper and all the stationery that is related to that. But our offices and desks have also been looking very different after DrySign. We can store all the documents we sign securely on the cloud. So that's another impact for us. We no longer have to bear filing, storage and handling charges. Our postage and courier charges have also dropped significantly. I would also say that it's just been a year, and I believe as awareness increases and people are becoming more and more digital friendly, the economic impact will be substantial and long lasting.
So what do you think is stopping people right now from your industry from going all out with digital transformation tools like eSignatures? And I'm not just limiting the question to eSignatures. Any digital tool that aids transformation like artificial intelligence, automation, etc.
So Swapnil, it's tough to say. I am someone who entered the workforce fairly recently. I don't want to generalize and use words like my generation, but I would say that we were exposed to technology so early on. So not taking advantages of solutions like eSignatures would seem redundant to me. But I understand there might be some hesitancy in adopting digital tools. For example, online banking through an app is a matter of fact. Going to a bank doesn't even cross my mind. But I'm sure there are many people who are still hesitant to go that way. There's a sense of risk in the digital world. Who knows what can happen, right? And you can't fully blame them either. So this is why it is important for solutions like DrySign to take charge and share as much information about safety and compliance and all the steps that go into the protection of the company documents.
Thank you, Siddhi. And this podcast is a step in that direction. I would also urge our listeners to read our blogs on eSignatures, digital signatures, industry knowledge, and digital transformation. But before we let you go, could you quickly tell us what is your favorite feature in DrySign?
For me, I think the best thing about DrySign is the dashboard. It's something that truly helps me in my organization. It takes me a second to get the whole view of my invoices and other documentation. It's all right there. And it's just so easy for me to check out any document, any information, or double check anything.
Great. Lastly, what would you recommend to us, the DrySign team? How can we improve your experience?
So far, our experience with DrySign has been very smooth and satisfactory. There's, however, one suggestion that could make my job simpler. Our invoices follow a consistent format with a designated space for the signature. So instead of manually dragging and adjusting the signature placement each time, would it be possible to create a template or a fixed layout for the signature that remains in a predefined position? This way, whenever I need to add a digital signature to an invoice, it will automatically appear in the correct location.
In fact, Siddhi, that is one of the roadmap items that we are currently working on. So very soon we'll be introducing templates for all the legal sizes that are supported in the market, and we are also going to come up with an approval workflow where you will be able to use these templates and also define signatories as approval workflows. So you can simply reuse the same documents, you can reuse the same approval workflows for the operations that you perform on a daily basis repeatedly.
Great. Thank you. We really look forward to that update.
That's good to hear. So, I think we have taken up all the time and this has been great. It's been a real pleasure to speak to you about digital transformation in your company and your views on them too. So thank you so much for joining us and giving us your time, Siddhi.
Pleasure is all mine. Thank you for inviting me.
So listeners, that was all. Stay tuned to know what our next episode is about. And don't forget, keep DrySigning, keep growing. Thank you, everyone.
That brings us to the end of another episode of the DrySign Podcast. We hope you enjoyed today's discussion. Catch up on previous episodes of the DrySign Podcast on your favorite podcast platforms and be sure to subscribe, like, and share them. Your feedback helps us bring you the content you love. If you're ready to take your business to the next level, make sure to visit drysign.exilatech.com and explore the world of fast, secure, and easy to use e-signatures. Until next time.